This is why Nick Cannon deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. The Nobel Peace Prize was created by Alfred Nobel. He died back in 1896. Very, very wealthy man. He didn't have any children. He didn't have next of kin. It was just him. So what he decided was to give all his wealth to extraordinary human beings on this earth that gave to physics, chemistry, physiology, or medicine and literature, and also, of course, peace. He was a Swedish chemist, a Swedish engineer, and a Swedish industrialist. Some of the most notable Nobel Peace Prize winners are Mother Teresa and Martin Luther King Jr.
But after what he said this past summer, many think he should. Bigoted comments he made on one podcast threw his stardom and future into a tailspin.
You can't be anti-Semitic when we are the Semitic people, when we are the same people that who they want to be. That's our birthright.
That's our birthright.
The Cannon's Class episode featured Richard Griffin, a.k.a. Professor Griff, who had been kicked out of Public Enemy back in 1989 for anti-Semitic comments. He and Nick retread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and questioned the birthright of the Jewish people. The reaction was swift and widespread. Nick lost his deal with Viacom CBS and stepped away from a daily radio show. His road back meant more than apologies. He sought atonement.
In Hebrew, they call it, teshuvah, the process of not only, repenting, but through that, if you're ever met with a similar situation, that you make a different decision.
His journey began with the rabbis.
When I watched the piece, and there was somebody there who was saying, I'm not even a real Jew.
Right.
That goes right to the heart.
I hurt people. I'm going to lean into it. I want to understand why I hurt you. What did I say? What are these tropes? Educate me.
Nick's quest for education isn't new. Last year, he finished undergrad at Howard University, and he's now pursuing a master's degree in divinity.
My journey's not going to stop whether the person watching this forgives me or not. I'm still going to hopefully, through this process, be on the right side of history and bring people closer together.
Viacom has acknowledged Cannon's efforts and is now back in business with him. He believes that this is the beginning of a necessary and ongoing dialogue about tensions that have existed at times between the Black and Jewish communities. You can catch Soul of a Nation tonight at 10/9 Central right here.
How do you qualify for a Nobel Peace Prize? The prize should go to the person who has done the most or best to advance fellowship, listen to the word, fellowship among nations, the abolition or reduction of standing armies, and the establishment and promotion of peace congresses. I know a lot of people give Nick Cannon slack. He has 9 baby mothers. He sucks as a rapper. I get it. Nick Cannon is very special, and I love that brother, and I'm gonna tell you why. Nick Cannon is not only pursuing his dreams, his passions, and he's going and going no matter how many times he gets fired, no matter how many times he failed, no matter how many things happens in his personal life, he keeps going. And not only that, that man hires so many Black and brown people, and you gotta give him credit for that. Besides the Black and brown people, he's also giving white people an opportunity, and also the LGBTQ plus community an opportunity. Now, we all know that he allowed his cast, obviously, to talk about Mariah, to talk about his past, how he sucks. It's great because Nick Cannon is actually a bigger guy for allowing them to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's not sensitive and like, why are you talking about Mariah? Why are you talking about my personal business? He puts it out there. I love Nick Cannon for that. You know what I mean? It's just a joke. That's what basically he's saying, right? When you look at Wildin' Out, he's basically saying that, bro, it's no hard feelings. You can talk about my wife. You can talk about my kids. It's just a joke. We're in a safe space. The reason why I think Nick Cannon should win the Nobel Peace Prize is because he's humanizing the LGBTQ plus community through comedy. Same thing what Dave Chappelle was doing, but there were some people that didn't like it from that community and some people who love Dave Chappelle from that community. When I say humanizing, he's showing that the other generation, it's okay, whoever you are. If you're trans, if you're gay, you're bi, it's okay. This is a safe environment. All of it is jokes. Nobody's gonna be harmed, and you can say whatever you want. If a young man, right, or young woman in this era, right, the millennials, the Gen Zs, if they see someone who's a transsexual, who's gay, who's bi, or they dealing business with a transsexual, or if they have transsexual colleagues at work or in school, they are going to be more friendlier to the aspect of their sexual orientation. The reason why is because they see it normalized on TV. They see the human side of it. Despite your religious views, your political views, let's knock it off, all right? I can't be mad on how someone feels. If that's how they feel, you have to respect it. And that's what he's showing. He's showing the humanization of that community. And I think that's very, very wise, right? When you hear stories about gay sons or gay daughters getting beat up by their parents, beat up by their communities, right? Getting bullied at school. They're humans, right? They're humans. Just because you don't believe in their sexual orientation or their points of views in this world, Nick Cannon single-handedly showed that, hey, we're all a family. This is a safe space. It's okay to make fun of each other. This is not done out of malice, and we need to be peaceful, all right, amongst each other, right? This is one of the reasons why Nick Cannon is one of my favorite celebrities, and I can't wait to work with him one of these days through my acting pursuits. He's just, going back to school, graduating, I think, Howard University. He's going for his master's now, and he's just a phenomenal human being. One thing I love about Nick Cannon is that he took ownership, right? He said anti-Semitic things that the Jewish community didn't like, and he didn't realize, to him, right? He didn't realize it was hurtful or harmful. So even though he lost his deals with, I believe, Viacom and other endorsements, he took ownership. He said, you know what? Maybe I didn't understand. Maybe I said something harmful that I wasn't aware of. Talk to me, teach me, educate me. Let's have communication. Let's have a dialogue. But Nas said, humans hate what they don't understand, fear what they can't conquer. That's just the theory of man. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. If you have communication, just like Nick Cannon with that rabbi on his show, he was able to come with terms with him. So, in fact, he allowed, I believe, a Jewish man on the show, and there's a woman from Israel on the show, right? So you open that door, and he said he wants to continue. If you look at the interview, he wants to continue to learn how he can help the Black and Jewish relations. That's admirable. That's admirable. Now imagine if countries, if nations, if communities took on that mindset, there would be less violent crimes against the LGBTQ plus community. This is from a study from UCLA School of Law, Williams Institute. It reads this: LGBTQ people 16 plus are nearly 4 times likely to experience violent victimization compared to non-LGBTQ people. LGBTQ people are about 6 times more likely to experience violence by someone who is well known to them, and about 2.5 times more likely to undergo it at the hands of a stranger compared to someone who's not from that community. LBT women are 5 times more likely than a non-LBT woman to experience violent victimization. The risk of violence for GBT men is more than twice than of a non-GBT men. About half of all victimizations are not reported to the police. About half of all victimizations are not reported to the police. LGBT people are as likely as non-LGBT people to report violence to police. So the statistics are real. He's a modern day warrior, you know what I mean, for this community, for all of us. He's showing that we're all the same. We all like to make fun of each other. It's okay. He's humanizing that through comedy. It's like you're taking a chick on a date, right? And you say a couple of jokes, right? Or if you're selling a product, you make a couple of jokes when you meet your customer. You're easing your way in there for communication, because you're basically saying, hey, I'm not harmful, right? I love people. I want to make you laugh. Let's talk about it. Let's have a conversation. He's a remarkable brother, and he must be protected at all times by any means necessary. We need him. We need Nick Cannon. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's one of the reasons why, as far as when it comes to peace, that's one of the prizes when it comes to the Nobel Peace Prize, is peace. He's promoting peace through that community. And a lot of people might, you know, give me criticism or give me slack about it. I really don't care, but I think that man should be, I think you need to put some respect on his name. Nick Cannon is doing big, big things, bringing people together. He's creating peace among nations. Real talk. I'm Isaac Esau Gay. That's another episode of Analyzing Ignorance. I'm out.